Hey Love Tribers, peace. Today I'm very grateful to share with you a very easy, delicious recipe for raw vegan apple pie. So we're going to start with the apple pie crust, and I'm making that in the Cuisinart. And I've already put 2.5 cups of macadamia nuts into the Cuisinart, and I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of my fine pink Himalaya salt. And those are the only 2 ingredients for the crust. So, super easy crust. And I'm just going to pulse that for as long as I feel like it takes to make the crust. With the macadamia nut crust, you do want to be careful not to over blend the macadamia nuts because it can get too oily. And I've had that happen before and it still worked out, so it was okay. It's just that I could tell I had just over blended them. And it's really easy to do. You know, every once in a while, just check your crust. You want it to, start to be kind of sticky. Okay. And then once you've got it to where it's going to kind of stick, and you can just sort of play with it. I might go a little bit further. It might be a little too coarse. All right, and then once you've got it the right consistency, you're going to press it into your pie pan. And I'm using like an 8-inch. You could do an 8 or a 9-inch pie pan, whatever you're wanting to serve your pie out of, as long as it's glass or a ceramic. I tend to make pretty thick crusts because I like the crust so much. It's really my favorite part. So you can always go a little bit thinner. It's up to you. And then you're just going to press that in there. And I have enough here to kind of come up on the edges. And take your time with this. You want to really kind of pat it in there very well. And I did not use any kind of oil on the pie dish. I think there will be enough oil in the crust that there'll be no problem scooping this out. So once you've got your pie crust just pressed into your pie dish, you're going to start with your filling. And actually, I've already got about 4 Gala apples, and you can use any kind of apple that you prefer. When I was shopping for the apples, the Galas just looked the prettiest, and I love Gala. So I went with the Gala, but a Honeycrisp would do great. And I slice them very thin. So of course I've cored the apple, and I took out the pieces that had a lot of skin. I didn't take the skin off, but if there was a piece with a lot of skin, I did kind of take those out. And I actually gave those to my dogs. They love apples. And I've got these very slim thin sliced apples in a bowl with just a splash of lemon. So you could, a little less than a quarter of a cup of lemon juice, and this was fresh squeezed lemon juice. And I tossed that with about 1/8 of a teaspoon of the pink Himalaya salt. So a little bit of salt and a little bit of lemon juice. And I've just had that sitting here for maybe an hour as I got the rest of the ingredients together. I used my mandolin to slice the apples, but as long as you're just slicing them nice and thin, you can use a knife, but the mandolin definitely made it easier. Next, I'm going to add just 1/8 of a teaspoon of some ground nutmeg. And then I've got some ground cinnamon, and I'm going to do a whole tablespoon of the ground cinnamon. Sprinkle that in. And then I'm probably going to use an entire 8 ounces of maple syrup. And you could also use a cup of agave. I'm going to go with the maple syrup. Yeah, I'm using the whole 8 ounces. And then I'm just going to mix that up. And this is how easy this recipe is. Just going to blend these ingredients together right here in this dish. It already smells great. It smells really good. And once you've got the mixture nice and blended, you're just going to pour that into the pie shell. And I'm just going to pat that in there. And now it's ready to go. So all you're going to have to do at this point is pop it in your dehydrator. And I would start at 108 degrees for about 2.5 hours. And then, check it out. You will know. You can, always, I usually just scoop out a little bit to see how it's going. And you should have a pie ready in about 2.5 hours. So I'm going to get this in the dehydrator and hopefully be eating some great raw vegan apple pie. So I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. If you give this recipe a try, let me know how it goes. Stay grateful, stay joyful, stay playful, and just keep raising your vibe. Peace.